followers. Welcome, everybody, to News Channel 13's coverage. I apologize because I just realized I was muted that entire time. Well, of course, we're going to have some bumps along the way. Thank you, everybody, for commenting and letting me know that I was muted. You know, that's just what happens here. We're covering so much for you. Let me start from the very top. I'm Steve Cooge. This is News Channel 13's 13 Now. We've got everything that you want to know for our special Election Day coverage. So we're here to break it down for you. As I was mentioning earlier, currently we have Vice President Kamala Harris at 27 votes and former President Donald Trump at 105 votes. That, again, don't read too much into those that electoral count because we're still very early on in the night. We have a lot more states to call as we go forward. Most of the country hasn't even stopped voting right now. So let's jump ahead right now to what we really care about, and that would be the local elections. That's why you're all here. Again, as I was mentioning, you couldn't hear me. I was talking a lot about it. Josh Riley and the incumbent candidate for our District 19 congressional seat, Mark Molinaro, the Republican. This is not the first time that these two guys have gone head-to-head in the ballots. 2 years ago, Molinaro barely beat Riley by less than 2 percentage points. Now, Riley has a good chance at retaking that 19th congressional seat for Democrats. It runs across the Massachusetts border between the Catskills and along the southern tier to Ithaca. So we are going to be following this one closely. Currently, we don't have any numbers, so to speak, just yet. We're still getting that stuff into us. So stay with us on that one. Another big race that we are following here, aside from the presidential race, is the race for Albany County's district attorney. Let's take you there, because this is the first time in 20 years that we here at Albany County could have a brand new district attorney. Who is it going to be? Here are the three guys going for it right now. The guy on the far right, that is David Soares. He has been Albany County's DA for the past 20 years. However, he recently lost his race, his primary race, to Lee Kindlin. Lee Kindlin? This is not Lee Kindlin. This is Ralph Ambrosio. He's the Republican challenger. He is now facing off against, let me show you, Kindlin here on the far left of your screen, Lee Kindlin. Now, so the main race, honestly, is between these three guys here. Kindlin took over the Democratic mantle for the Albany County DA race after he beat David Soares in a hotly contested race. So now it comes down to Kindlin, Ambrosio, and Soares. He's still in it because he's actually campaigning as a write-in candidate. Again, he's going to have to depend on a lot of people writing his name in specifically. So not just filling in a little bubble on the voting sheet. He's got to write his entire name. But he does have name recognition because David Soares has been the district attorney in Albany for the past, again, 20 years. We're waiting to see where this one goes. Please stick with us. The results are going to be coming in at 9 p.m. Again, the polls here in New York close at 9 p.m. That's where we're going to start getting all these big numbers. The other big thing that we're following very closely here, Proposition 1. You guys might have seen some information about this and heard about it. What is Prop 1 exactly? Well, to get into it, it is a change that would come to New York State's current Equal Rights Amendment, and it would prohibit discrimination of any kind based on color, race, and religion. If passed, Prop 1 would actually expand those protected classes to add ethnicity, national origin, age, disability, sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, pregnancy, and pregnancy outcomes. This is supposed to add the right to an abortion to the state constitution as well, and enshrine that as a protection. Some people were concerned that it would actually allow biological boys who identify as transgender girls to play against girls in these sports. We've been doing some research into this because it is something that a lot of people are concerned about. As it turns out, it is already legal for transgender girls to play girl sports here in New York. However, Prop 1 would make it harder to overturn that, and for people who don't like it, harder to go against that in the future. Again, that is if Prop 1 passes. As for the odds of Prop 1 becoming enshrined into our New York State Constitution, we're going to know in about the next 20 minutes or so. That is when the polls here in New York are going to be closing. Our next newscast is coming up on the My4 channel. My4 at 9 p.m. We're going to a full hour-long newscast breaking down in depth everything that we've been discussing here tonight and a whole lot more, including the national races, but most importantly, what affects us here in the capital region, and that's everybody going locally, because it's not just the District 19 congressional seat for the House of Representatives. We've got a lot of state assembly seats and state senate seats that we're going to be going over. We have got live coverage with crews all over the region at these watch parties. So please stick with us. Again, we're coming back to you live on My 4 on Channel 9. See us then. As for me, I'm going to be back here digitally at 10:10 p.m. and also at 10:40 p.m., giving you guys who don't want to watch on your big screens but might want to just tune in on your computers or on your smartphones a chance to watch it right here. And I guarantee it, next time, we're going to make sure the audio is turned completely on. That's the fun thing about doing this. Sometimes we got some little kinks you need to work out here and there, but I think we got it this time. So thank you guys all so much for joining us. We are just getting started here on Election Night 2024. Good luck to all of you, no matter who you're voting for. Hopefully you're able to do your due diligence and get out there and vote your heart and your conscience. So we'll be back. Just give us 20 minutes. See you at 9 on My 4. Bye.